KILR Killer Game.
Hello, gamers, simmers, and pilots. I am the Killer Gamer, and welcome to the tour around the world featuring Sierra propilot. Quite a different flight simulator here that we have. Kind of broken in some areas and pretty good in other areas. But it's kind of like one of those lost jewels. It's kind of pretty, doesn't really shine very well, has a few nicks and scratches and stuff, but can still be very nice to look at and put with your collection. What can I say? But anyway, let's go ahead and talk about where we are and where we're going. Alright, so I've got the SubLogic flight simulator map up here. We didn't look at it on the last flights that we did, going from Merrill C. Meigs to Chicago O'Hare to DuPage. Well, and we were using the air traffic control with that, and plus you already know the flights that we're doing if you follow the other flight simulators, and so we're just kind of doing the same thing. But we're going here to Aurora Municipal, and I've been noticing that the ATC acts a little funny when you're not going very far. The problem that we experienced with DuPage is that, yeah, we were getting to the airport, and then it started getting, it was taking us around the airport, and it was getting a little crazy, and so that was enough of that. We just landed, and that was it. So we're going to leave the ATC out of it this time, and we're just going to fly to Aurora. And the way that we're going to get there, I know this is probably not the most accurate map, but that's okay. If we take from, I think if we just, you know what, I think if we just go south on the 230 radial, we should be able to see the airport and land on the 18 runway, assuming that there is an 1836 runway. But yeah, that's the idea. We're just going to keep this one simple. So we'll go ahead and set the nav radio. Actually, it's already there at 108.4. All we need to do now is just set this to, we said 230. Why is it going that way? Okay. That should do it right there. And we will make our way to the runway. Now, if you've seen previous episodes of this, or if you've watched the propilot USA, you would know that moving on the ground doesn't work. It takes you one direction or another direction. Not one direction. it just doesn't seem to work at all. So we're going to get this started up, and we're just going to slew our way to a runway. That is really the only feasible way to do it in this simulator, unfortunately. Boy, that just sounded bad, didn't it? The way that was trying to start. Go and turn on the lights. Get our radios on. And now we'll go to slew mode. See? It's just like we're moving. Little bit of imagination. There's no taxiways or anything, so this is kind of like old school Flight Simulator where you didn't have any taxiways and you just had grass and runways and that was it. But we can totally get this to work. The fact that the sound is still going, the engine sound is still going, even though we're in slew mode, like totally works. And now we'll just turn our way this way. And there we are. We're all set for runway 28. Slew mode is off. And we can go ahead and take off. Of course, we're no longer on the runway. If you look at the turn indicator, though, look at that. Okay. Well, that was interesting. I'm having a great time with this simulator. What about you? Oh, you kidding me? So you know what I think we're going to have to do? We said we wanted to take... We're getting ready to take off from 28, right? I think we're going to have to go to airports and select the airport that we're at. So we're at DuPage. Select that. Select runway 28. Click finish. And we'll go right there. And then that way... Oh, look, we have to turn everything back on again. And maybe then, since we're already facing in the direction that we need to be, that it won't pull off to one side or another. That was just really weird. Okay, I think everything here is still the same, though. It looks right. Yeah, see, we're not even pulling to the side now. Some old-fashioned flying here. No ATC. Just a nice, quiet flight with just regular nav aids. We'll use ATC on the next one. Next one will have a little bit more of stuff going on with it. See parts of the city and the land and grass, and that's our airport. Not very far. It looks like we're actually lined up with one of the runways too. Get one thing of flaps down. So maybe the thing to do is to set the ATC for longer flights and not short ones. Because I tell you what, the last one was an absolute mess. And, you know, I mentioned this the last time, that maybe it's because I set it as a VFR flight instead of an IFR flight. It's really hard to say. Okay. You see the runway there. It will be neat to see all the places that we've been on the other simulators and see it on Sierra propilot. You know, just as a kind of a comparison thing. Not a general comparison of the graphics, but, you know, specifics. Like we've already gone up the Mississippi River in the other simulators. And we went to La Crosse. And all those airports are in this one too. Except for Kankakee. We went up to Duluth. Went to Land O'Lakes. Land O'Lakes is in here too. Just not Kankakee. How could they do that? How could they do that? That makes no sense. Is it me, or does it seem like that runway is very small? I'm like leaning off to the side here. Oh, there we go. We got some VOSI indicators there. Try to see if we can stay on the runway. My goodness. Well, that was a horrible landing. This is a little different to get used to as far as landing. Oh, and crash detection is on. Okay. Well, we didn't crash. I guess that's something. Now, when we start moving, watch what will happen. See, now we're sliding. We're sliding over to the left, which makes no sense. So we'll stop. We will turn on slew mode. And now we can have some control. And we'll just park right over here, right next to this stuff. That looks good. And it's as easy as that. So the taxiing on the ground doesn't work. Well, there's no taxiways anyway. At least there's a slew mode. We can sort of get around that way. So we can use our imaginations with it, you know? But there you go. We're here now at Aurora. KARR, or in here it was ARR. Well, this was a shorter video this time around. My goodness, it didn't seem like it took us that long to get here at all. But I hope you enjoyed the video and at least learned a little bit about it, about this old simulator. And if you did, if you give me a thumbs up, that'd be great. And subscribe, be a part of the KILR community, and ring the notification bell so that way you know when another video is uploaded to this channel, whether it's KARR propilot or Microsoft Flight Simulator, X-Plane, Minecraft, or a host of other things that I like to do. So anyway, thanks for joining me, and I will see you on the next leg of the journey.